good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. Welcome back to Excel Academy YouTube channel, and this is our final video on coloring a range. So in our worksheet module, how to color a current region based on the cells that we are going to select. Again, even here, I'm not writing the code here. Again, this code is a little hard to read. Please pay attention and give the right spacing here. I try to write all the coding as properly as possible. Again, in this, the coding will be little hard to read it, and then I have multiplied. I wrote this in multiple lines here. I've used this dimension to write the codes properly here. If you want to make all the codes into one singular line, you have the facility to do so. So you can do that. Again, I'm just changing this to you and showing this in one singular line, but I broke them into multiple lines for our display purposes. But again, this data has to be in a perfect spacing and perfect dimension to work around here. So when I do create that video, so when I select the data set, you can see that it's coloring in a different dimension. But when I choose the data set here, for the first time in our coding, I can even color a merged cell T. So when I place the cursor in here, when I go for this, you can see that wherever we have a data set which has a multi-dimensional list, only that range is coloring here. So you can see wherever we have a row and a column, only that range is coloring. And when I come back to this point, wherever I have a row or column in general, I got it. And in the previous cell, wherever I choose the cell, it's going to color except the merged cell point for us. Again, let me go back to our coding here. This is the 9-item code that I wrote here. I broke it into multiple line items. But again, when I read them in a single line item, this is a very simple and a very effective coding that you can write for the following scenarios. The first scenario for a single cell coloring. The second scenario can either be the entire row or an entire column. Again, this is for a region of data set where you want to color in your list here. But this particular video is on a VBA macro creation to color the range will be very useful for you. So this is Vinod signing off from my Excel Academy YouTube channel. Hope you guys learned something new in the coding frontier. Again, please use it wisely and see that try to pass the video and then try to write the video completely. And then when you run it, it'll automatically, when you start writing it, wherever we are giving an extra space or a shorter space, it's going to shout at you, and then you can clear them up. And then make sure that you are giving the right space and the right data set here completely. And I'm not explaining this particular code. This coding will be very hard to explain in some scenario. Just go through it and understand how the code works for you. So this code will be very, very useful. You can copy and paste it. This is a universal code that you're writing. So wherever we have a data set, when you're having a perfect list of data here, that's going to color the data set automatically for each and every dimension. And we choosing the data set in here. Hope you guys learned something new. This is Vinod signing off from my Excel Academy YouTube channel. Happy coding.